Hello. This is just a little ad. Well, not ad, an add on to this particular episode of the podcast. This is episode 200. Um, that means I have posted 200 episodes. Yay! But yeah, very, very happy. 200 episodes. Let's see how far we can go. Here's to episode 300, 400, 5,000, 6,000. But yeah, 200 episodes. Nice little goal mark. Really happy about that. I forgot to mention the previous episode, hence why I'm recording this video. But this video will be at the start of the episode 200, which you will enjoy because it's about a great comedian, Gabriel Iglesias, aka Fluffy. But yeah, so yeah, episode 200. Couldn't have done without you guys, couldn't have done without the viewers, which is you people, you folks, good people. Very nice, as Borat would say. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't strike me for that one. But yeah, so 200 episodes. Thank you for all the support over the years as we continue to expand and grow into the years ahead, in both in terms of the podcast and my comedy. I don't know why I'm doing Trump hands, but yeah, 200 episodes, great stuff. Very, very happy about that. But yeah, so thanks, guys. 200 episodes. Woo! I don't have placard to 200 or anything. I don't know. I don't have big paper to write it on close by. Maybe I'll edit 200 in there somewhere in post production. But yeah, 200. Great success. Okay, that's it. 200 episodes. On to 201. Hello, welcome back to Al Talks. This is an introduction video which will be featured in every episode after this one. But here we go. So, this podcast is Al Talks. My name is Alex George. I am a stand up comedian. And this podcast I created nearly 2 years ago to just basically chronicle my journey into starting stand up. But there's other episodes that are nothing to do with stand up. It's just interest that I have. So there'll be it's mainly based on comedy, but it is a general podcast as well. So, if you want to support me, I have merchandise. This lovely podcast sticker here, Al Talks. You can buy that. If you would like to buy one, you can go into my social media. Links are all down below in the description on my Linktree as well. You have access to everything. I have an Instagram page for the podcast. I have an Instagram page, which is my personal one, but I use that for comedy. So you can check me out there, follow me there. And that is all. Episodes usually come out on Tuesday, but sometimes they might come out at other days during the week. And then on Thursdays, if I am around anywhere doing comedy gigs, I record comedy vlogs, so you can listen to those. They usually come out on Thursdays, and that's that. So yeah, all the links down below, Linktree. I have Buy Me a Coffee now if you want to support me as well. Links for that down below as well in the description. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, and now on to the episode. Hello, welcome back to another episode. This episode will come out while I'm in Vienna. So when you listen to this, I will be in Vienna, doing hopefully stand up and going around the great city of Vienna. But so what is this episode about? This episode is about another. I forgot to mention, but I remembered while I was recording, I did watch another comedy special before the new year. Oh, jeepers. I'm a bit burnt out. It's like 3 episodes I've recorded in a row and battling gremlin stuff. Like, I've been at this for the last 2 hours to record 40 minutes of content. But yeah, so Podcasting. Yeah. So, if you ask what did I spend an hour and 20 minutes on, battling with my computer and updates. But anyway, so I watched another comedy special. And that comedy special is uh, Gabriel Iglesias' new special called Legend of Fluffy. It is quite a long uh, comedy special. It's now on 40 minutes, and it is like really, really good. I've been watching Gabriel Iglesias even before I started comedy. I'm maybe trying to think now. I'd say maybe about 10 years I've been watching his stuff, if not longer. In the special, Fluffy reveals that he's been doing stand up for 27 years. I think he started like in 1997. And he shot this special in the Hard Rock Cafe hotel and casino resort down in Miami. Actually, one thing, Netflix did a cool thing for subtitles. Every time Gabriel Iglesias speaks in Spanish, they translate it into English on screen, which is very useful for us non-Spanish speaking people. Well, like I know a bit of Spanish from TV, but I wouldn't know an awful lot. So that was a nice kind of touch. I know you can turn on subtitles, but they don't always translate different languages, so that's kind of a nice thing. The set on I don't why am I talking about the set? The set was cool. Like it was like a big TV screen and a lot of like cool things around it. But about like I'm not gonna really go too much into the specials. He talks about basically what's been happening in his life and stuff like that, and like it's really really good. Like an amazing special. It's probably one of his best. The Dodger Stadium one really really topped it. Like because that was like 70 or 80,000 people, if not more, and it was just like a really good special. And he kind of went back and talked about like his early days starting out in comedy, kind of the early stories and stuff, and then it was it was just great. Kind of even the name of it, The Legend of Fluffy, because when I started looking at comedy, especially US comics, like before I started looking at like Hicks and Carlin, there was an awful lot. I watched like George Lopez and Gabriel Iglesias. Nobody really calls him that anymore, but he's because he's fluffy. But back in the day, like that's what I would have been, especially when I was in college and stuff. Like yeah, that would have been definitely what I was watching because Fluffy has become like this OG of Latin comedy in the US nowadays. The new up and coming guys is like Reni Vaca, not Gabriel, what's his name, Rafa Barbosa, and then you have Felipe Esparza at this stage is an OG as well. He's been doing it for a very very long time. There's another guy, what's his name? Trulio. I can't remember, but yeah. Uh, but yeah, so like the stand-up special, the Legend of Fluffy was just great, and kind of he did. Like I said, I wasn't going to talk too much about special, but he talked about he mentioned an old joke, like kind of halfway because like I said, this was an hour and 40 minutes. He did he did that old joke, and then Fluffy like the special pause, and Gabriel he did a voiceover thing. He's like, now most comics would leave it here, but that's not most comics. I said I'm not most comics, so I'm gonna do more material, and did like another I think like 45 minutes or so. That's why the special is an hour and 40. But I mean, like it's an hour and 40 of such good material throughout the entire special. It's really well shot. It's fantastic jokes. Like his new stuff is great. Fluffy's one of the hardest working comedians in the US. He does a Christmas show every year. he said most of the time, like 50 or 100 people come and they all go to Denny's and he buys some, like food and they all hang out and stuff like that. He's a really good hearted, really funny comedian. Oh, and also, Fluffy at the start of his comedy career started working clean because particular comedian mentioned to him. And he brings that up in the special. But in this special, he cursed a couple of times. And to be honest, like, I really enjoyed it. It was, as you know, my stance is, like, I don't stance. I don't know why I would say it's a stance. But, like, the reason I'm a dirty comedian is because, like, I just curse in ordinary daylight life. So it kind of just comes out. It's very difficult for me not to do it. Um, that sounds very bad and pretentious, doesn't it? But it's just, but it was, it, I'll mention one of the jokes he said. He's like, "Oh, people, have heard me cursing a couple of times now, because he curses like maybe 5 or 6 times in English and then like, a couple of times in Spanish as well." And then he was like, and he goes, "Yeah, but like I don't usually curse. But then I heard you in the lobby cursing as well." They were like, "When the fuck is this show gonna start?" Which I thought was a very funny joke. And like I said, throughout the special, there's been just killer jokes. So it was kind of, but Fluffy was like, "Yeah, just I curse, fuck it, whatever," which I thought was great for him to kind of let loose and go. But it was definitely a very, very entertaining special. Definitely recommend you watch it on Netflix and that. So yeah, like I said, while this episode's out, I'm in Vienna currently, enjoying myself. But next week's episode, I'll be talking about the weekend when Malinda came over, and then what I did in Vienna. Hopefully, I would have done a couple of shows, but we'll see. Like I said, this is all bulk recording in one day. It's a whole month worth of content. A lot of headache because, like I said, for 40 minutes of content, I spent an hour and 20 minutes trying to get this fucking thing working. So it's. I'm trying to narrow it down to either this headphone jack is not working because I can't hear myself on the thing, or the USB port is fucked. In that case, that's a big problem because the USB port happens to be inside the laptop. It's not an external one, so this could be. But it seems to work, I think. Like how I get it, this new Rode interface to work is I switched the ports and seems to be fairly happy. So I don't know, but it is annoying that I can't hear myself talk because I can't adjust my volume on the go. But the new editing tool, new video editor that I've been using, auto adjusts volume. So I think like it's a solution to this problem currently, which is quite annoying, but it works. Like they haven't all come out, but four. Oh no! At this stage, they would have all the episodes would have come out with my initial month of bulk recording. So this is kind of, how will I say, how will I say? I don't know. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So this is kind of a small term solution to the problem at hand, but I don't know. We'll see. Um, I don't know if I'll be able to figure this out, but the new video editor fixes that problem, so I think we're good. We'll see. Anyway, but yeah, so be new content next week for you guys to check out. But as per usual, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. All the links down below. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.